أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. أحبتي في الله, please come forward so that others can have space. Please come forward. MashaAllah. Today one of the verses we've recited from Salatul Isha, it is indeed a great verse, also known by most of the Muslims. Are we all listening, please? MashaAllah. It's in Surah Baqarah where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ وَنَقْصٍ مِّنَ الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَنفُسِ وَالثَّمَرَاتِ وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ. The lam here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has emphasized it. Lamu ta'kid, meaning we're going to test you. This must happen. وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ. Now he listed different types of tests. The first one is fear. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will sometimes test you with fear. And sometimes he said that وَنَقْصٍ مِّنَ الْأَمْوَالِ. You will be broke. You might have 10 million $10 million or 10 million pounds in your account, and one day everything will go like that. It's not a musibah. Sometimes it is a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَالْأَنفُسِ. Your beloved ones will die. Your mother, your father, your uncle. Even here, maybe some of us just before Ramadan, you know someone who passed away. And this person, mashallah, was so dear to you. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took their soul. And he mentioned it in the Quran that I'm going to test you so that you can prepare yourself and deal with this situation. And the last test he mentioned was وَالثَّمَرَاتِ. Maybe you are a farmer, mashallah, you've got a very beautiful garden. But one day everything was destroyed either by wind or fire. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying all these are tests from me. And then he said, وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ. Glad tidings to those who are patient. Who are these people? الَّذِينَ إِذَا أَصَابَتْهُمْ مُصِيبَةٌ. MashaAllah. These are people whenever calamity falls upon them, this is the only statement they will say. قَالُوا إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ. Indeed, we all belongs to Allah, and to Him we shall all return to. This statement, we don't say it only if someone pass away. But if you face any calamity, you can say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Take the situation and give it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I always say this, whenever you plan something and it doesn't happen like how you plan it, guess what? Now Allah's plan is working for you. And I am sure if you've given this option to choose your plan and Allah's plan, you will always say, I will go for Allah's plan. So remember this, from now on, if you plan something, I want to achieve this, and it doesn't work like how you plan, remember now it's Allah's plan that is working for me. And Allah then said, أُولَٰئِكَ عَلَيْهِمْ صَلَوَاتٌ مِّن رَبِّهِمْ وَرَحْمَةٌ وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُهْتَدُونَ. He mentioned three things. صَلَوَاتٌ مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَرَحْمَةٌ وَكَذَلِكَ أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُهْتَدُونَ. These people, is upon them the salutation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His mercy, and these are the right guided people. Subhanallah. Very simple. Whenever musibah falls upon you, don't start blaming people. Don't start having bad mind about people. Just say, Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And in the fourth raka'ah or in the third raka'ah, insha'Allah, the Imam will be reciting another verse which has some connection with this one, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Am hasibatum an tadkhulul jannah. Do you think that you would just enter in Jannah just like that, without facing any test from us? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying it doesn't work like that. Jannah is very expensive. Even in this world here, if you want to drive Ferrari, these expensive cars, you have to struggle. You have to work hard to get them. What about Jannah? Allah is saying, Am hasibatum an tadkhulul jannah وَلَمَّا يَأْتِكُمْ مَثَلُ الَّذِينَ خَلَوْا مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ. And you won't be tested like those who were there before you. Those people were tested with different tests from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أم حسبتم أن تدخلوا الجنة ولما يأتكم مثل الذين خلوا من قبلكم مستهم البأساء والضراء وزلزلوا. Subhanallah. These people were tested by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in different ways, to the extent that even their messenger and the believers, they started saying, Mata Nasrullah. When will the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala come to us? We are tired now. Mata Nasrullah. When will Allah help us? And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala replied them with a beautiful statement by telling them, Ala inna nasrallahi qareeb. Don't worry, Allah's help is near. So always remember this. Whenever you are going through difficulties, remember that Allah is telling you, Ala inna nasrallahi qareeb. Allah's help is near. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among people who will always be patient during difficulties. Jazakumullahu khaira. Qumu ila salati yarhamkumullah.